own solo shows. She's absolute star. Please put your hand together now for Maura Jackson.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Are you well? Good. My name's Maura. That's pronounced Maura. Spelled M-A-U-R-A. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because I get called Nora, Morag, Maureen, Maria, Moira. All lovely names, just not mine. And about a year ago, I got introduced on stage as Myra. And I thought, you know what? I usually answer to anything. I don't give a shit. Nobody gets it right. But actually, Myra is a step too far. Not least because my husband's called Ian. And I've spent the last 25 years working in safeguarding. I cannot afford to go anywhere and be introduced as Myra and her husband Ian. It ain't happening. No way, Jose. So, I've got a few minutes to just hopefully make you laugh. If not, I don't give a shit. I'm getting paid anyway. You'll be fine. I get the great, backdrop of the pictures, so let's crack on. So the name, Maura, it does cause some problems. It shouldn't do, but people are thick as fuck. I can't help it. Now, years ago, I used to work for the council, and we had a bit of a spangly office, and we had a lovely board on the wall, and everybody's names up there in 3D gold letters, little magnets in and out. So the receptionist knew where we were at all times. Fine. I said to her, "Where's my name?" She spent all day putting this fucker up. She said, "Don't start. It's up there. They're all in alphabetical order." I said, "My name is not on there." She said, "It is." I said, "It says M4, R4. She went, "I know." I ran out of A's. I had to improvise. I said, "All right, so Paul, Dave, Alan, Mumtaz, Rosemary, Sheila, you have either got 2 A's and Barbara's got fucking 3. She said, "Well, Barbara's old, so I gave her hers out of respect." She said, "And I spent all bloody day putting that board up, so I'm having mine." I said, "Right, well, I think this is out of order. I'm going to speak to somebody." She said, "Don't be like that. There's no I in team." I said, "Well, there's no fucking A's either, is there? You've used them all, dickhead." So for the next 6 weeks, every time she left the room, I took the 2 A's out of her name and put them in mine and swapped them over. So she ended up being H4 Fizz4, which she did not like, funnily enough. So we got a bag of A's then. Funny, yeah. Anyway, that was that. So another time I've got in a bit of trouble with my name was more recently, so about 10 years ago, I'm in the town hall in Bolton. So I've got a professional role. I'm chairing a meeting, talking about single homelessness. Mood hoover, sorry. But anyway, getting this meeting, 20 odd people turn up, everybody's got a brew, they come sit down, we get ready for the meeting. This bloke sits facing me, and I think I've not met him before, and he's a big fucker. A big, one of them muscly fuckers, them big ones. The ones with no neck, the ones where the bottom of their ears start on the shoulders. He was one of them. And I thought, Christ, he's big. And then I thought, he's dead friendly as well, because he's really smiley. And then after about 10 minutes, I thought, he's only actually smiling at me, which started to make me feel a bit nervous, to be honest, because I couldn't work out why. Anyway, about halfway through this 2-hour meeting, I had a flashback to 8 years before when I'd been internet dating. And I met this big tattooed bodybuilder from Salford, and we went on a date. Now, it was obvious within 5 minutes we were not going to be love's young dream, but we agreed to meet up for what's known in the business as booty calls. Hey! He's a bit enthusiastic, isn't he? You want to fucking rein him in, love. You're not from Salford, are you? No, it's not you. So I realised, I think, right, I went on this booty call. Now, one of these booty calls with this particular gentleman involved me turning up at his front door wearing a PVC nurse's uniform and stockings. This was that man. So, once I'd realised it were him, I started to panic a little bit, I'll be honest. I had a bit of sick at back of my throat, my neck went all red, I was just burning, and he was smirking like fuck, because he obviously just realised who we were. So, carried on with the meeting, what else can you do? I thought, beam me up. For 50 minutes of my 35-year career in social care, I did not give a flying fuck about rough sleepers. I could not have given 2 shits about where they were sleeping that week, my friends. I just wanted to get out of the meeting. I was praying for the fire alarm to go off. I even contemplated setting fire to the bastard town hall myself. to speed it up, but then I thought that's a bit extreme. I'll just get to the end of the meeting and fuck off. Got to the end of the meeting, he approaches me like an adult and says, "Lovely to see you. You look really well. Have you still got the PVC Nutters uniform?" Piss off. Anyway, just as I'm stood there thinking, could the day possibly get any worse because I'm so embarrassed, it did get worse because then I remembered I had not told him my real name. I'd given him a pseudonym. I thought you can't go on the internet and do dating and put your name on when it's Maura, and it's quite unusual because I thought if I put Maura from Bolton, people are just going to Google me out there and then I'm going to end up with every fucking window licker from here to Crewe sat outside my bastard car park waiting for an introduction. I thought it's too dangerous. I'm working in child protection for Christ's sake. So I picked a different name and I thought I'll just explain when I get on the date. It'll be fine. People do it all the time, but I forgot. So I call myself Emma. I thought Emma's a nice name. I don't know any Emmas, it'll do. Turn up on the day. He thinks I'm called Emma. That's all lovely. Except when I'm with this particular gentleman and we're giving it like absolutely back-breaking, knee-trembling, sweaty fucking sex, and he's giving it, oh, that sounded a bit shit, didn't it? But I'm better. I'm better than that. You know, when he's going like, oh, Emma. I thought, who the holy fuck is Emma? Anyway, I never said who the holy fuck is Emma, but I have been taught not to speak with my mouth full. Half full in this case, yeah. Big neck, no dick. What can you do? Anyway, fuck's sake. So, oh, dear me. So on the subject of dating, I know it's been touched on already tonight, but leading up to, you know, the dating and stuff, I have absolutely hammered the internet dating in the past. Now, I'm married at the moment. He's not here, so I'm all right, but I don't know why I came out with that. That's a bit of a Freudian remark to make, isn't it? But anyway, not recorded this, is it? Fucking hell, I could be soon looking for no husband number 4. Anyway, this is not in the set. I shouldn't be talking about this. So I have been married 3 times. So I've had 3 husbands. No, actually, because of the internet dating, I've had a lot more than 3 husbands, but they didn't fucking tell me they were somebody's husband when I met them. Lying twats. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So in between husband number 2 and husband number 3, I am at the internet dating. And for 4 of those 8 years, I lived in London. Now, I had a bachelor pad in Shepherd's Bush. I could do what I wanted, you know, I didn't have to answer to anybody. It was lovely. I was working hard. I thought I'm going to play even harder. Now, I realised very quickly that dating in London is not actually an aid to finding a partner. It's just a pastime. It's just a shag fest. It's fantastic. However, it took me a while to kind of realise that this is what was going on. And once I got into the swing of it, I thought, this is mental. I'm having the time of my life. However, I'm very busy. I'm very organised, and I want to think like a smart person. So I set up a spreadsheet. Now, what I did with the spreadsheet was put all the names on of the men that I spoke to, arranged dates with, actually met, you know, whether we just spoke on the phone, text or whatever, because I was just losing track of what was going on. Too many people texting and ringing, I couldn't keep up. Now, what happened when that spreadsheet got to about 350 people was I developed like an anxiety that felt a bit weird, but I realised I was frightened of dying in my sleep because I thought if I drop dead, my mum is getting this laptop with all my stuff. She's going to see the spreadsheet and she's going to be mortified. She'll be ashamed. But I was more worried that she would email everybody on the spreadsheet and say she's dead. Do you want to come to the funeral? You're obviously a friend of hers. She's give you 8 out of 10. And then I thought, well, Jesus Christ, if she does that, my funeral's going to look like a lineup of all the extras from Spartacus. So, anyway, I just thought, it's gone too far now, I need to stop this. Get rid of the spreadsheet, it's fine. I'll just stick to one at a time, it'll be all right. But when I was in London, one of the best days I had dating was 4 dates in one day. So, 1 in the morning at breakfast, before work, 1 at lunchtime, 1 straight after work for a quick drink, and 1 for dinner in the evening. Now, I had sex with one of them men. I know, and I did a full day's work. I was fucking exhausted. I thought, I can't maintain this. And I also ended up with a lifetime ban from Starbucks, which weren't good. I'm not allowed to discuss it for legal reasons, so let's move on. So yeah, the dating was like really bad, but years and years ago, I once went on a date that nearly cost me my job. So before the internet and all that fannying about, met a bloke in a pub, you look nice, do you want to go out for a drink next Thursday? Yes, please, Bob's your uncle. Off we go. Met for a drink next Thursday, had an absolutely fantastic date. The date went so well that when we were still having a chat in my bedroom at 3 o'clock in the morning, he said, do you fancy being tied to the headboard? I thought, well, it's Thursday. Why not? Now, I'm not a serial killer, so there's no cable ties. No cable ties in the bedroom, so we used 2 dressing gown cords. Now, I have to stress that he tied me very tightly to the headboard. And the hoo-ha continued, and that was fantastic. I'm not going to go into that, boo-hoo. But anyway, afterwards, he made a joke then about, you never gave a safe word. Wouldn't it be hilarious if I left you here tied to the headboard? And I thought, no, it wouldn't, you cock end. But that's what he did. So he fucked off for 2 hours. Now, in fairness to him, I think he assumed I could undo the cords, but I couldn't. I just could not undo them. So for 2 hours, he was texting saying, ha, isn't this funny? Well, when I didn't reply, he eventually came back and untied me. We had an absolutely almighty humdinging row, and that was the end of that, knobhead. But I'll just tell you 2 stories of people who did make it to the spreadsheet, and one of them is from Liverpool. So, I know, fucking hell, I hope he's not in the room. And you'll see why in a minute, Christ almighty. If you're with him, you're a lucky bastard. No, you're not, I can tell. Right, so, I met this bloke from Liverpool. He told me he worked for BT. He invites me for a meal to Frankie and Benny's on Edge Lane. Why is that funny? I'm from Bolton, I'm easily pleased. I was happy with Frankie and Benny's, fucking hell. So, a few minutes into this meeting, we get chatting and everything. He said, I've done some work in Bolton. I'm like, okay, what have you done? Messed about with wires. What do you do when you work at BT? I don't know. He said, no, it's nothing like that. He said, I didn't really want to tell you, but now that you've mentioned it, it's getting awkward. I thought, it's not getting awkward, just tell me, you bellend. So, basically what he said then was, he had worked in porn. And I thought, wow, I've just spent £13 on Match.com for this shit. That is not what I was expecting. So, the romantic interest has gone. I don't really want to go there. But I'm such a nosy bastard, I could not help it with the questions. How long have you been doing that for? How many films did you make? What were they called? Can I still buy them? What were the women like? Did you get paid more than the women? Did you have to have an STI test? Did they feed you? Did they put an elastic band around your knob to keep it hard? And the questions just went on and on. And he said the reason he got into this in the first place was because of Sunday League football. And I thought, right, okay, whatever. And he said, no, it's because I've got a massive cock. The lad said, you've got a massive cock, you'd be really good in porn. I said, look, love, all men think the cock is massive. It's probably average. I'm sure it's fine. They're all lovely. I know, I've seen hundreds. And they're on the spreadsheet. And he said, no, honestly, it's 11 inches long. And I just went, oh, fuck off. He said, I'll show you. So, I am on CCTV at the back of Frankie and Benny's. Near them shops, sat in the back of a car, looking at a cock the size of a flask. And I just poked it to see if it were real, and it were. Holy moly. I thought, I need to get out of here. He's going to break me in half. So that was the end of that. That did not go any further. Now, soon after that, oh God, I met this bloke who told me he was a weapons engineer from the RAF, based in Lancaster. Brilliant. So we agreed to meet halfway for a meal, meet in Preston, go for dinner. 10 minutes in, I've got something to tell you. I said, have you been making porn? And it was like, no, I couldn't, I was so mortified I said those words out loud because I thought, no, I look like the window licker, what's going on? He's like, no. Anyway, he said, no, seriously, I need to tell you that I am a cross-dresser. I thought, okay, fine, fill your boots, don't give a shit. However, romantically, not my cup of tea. Not sure why you're on Match.com, there should be some funny website for all this shit. But that's fine, whatever floats your boats, I'm totally okay with that. But I'm still a nosy bastard. So the questions, how long have you been doing that for? Have you ever been outside? Who's seen you? Where'd you get your wigs from? How did you learn how to put the makeup on? Where'd you buy your shoes from? Your feet are fucking massive. So he then tells me, I brought my alter ego with me this evening. She's in the car. Would you like to meet her? Yes, please. Yes, I would. So off we pop to the Travel Lodge, where he has conveniently pre-booked a double room. Worried. Anyway, set off there, thought this is going to be marvellous. And I felt quite honoured, actually, on a serious note. So we get to this hotel room. He goes in the bathroom with a massive old doll. I sit there, I think, right, what can I do? So, trying to make a cup of tea with a tiny kettle that won't fit under the fucking tap. He's taking that long. I think, right, well, I'm going to have to pick between the Oaty Crunchy biscuits and the chocolate shortbread. I ate both, obviously. Anyway, then I start thinking, do you know what? I know, greedy bastard, but I don't care. It took a long time, though, in fairness. I'm thinking, you know, if he comes out of that bathroom with, I don't know, a machete and a balaclava and a camera on a tripod, I'm going to be in a fucking snuff movie. And I'm going to have to explain to, like, an officer of the law, yeah, I willingly went to a complete and utter stranger's hotel room on the promise of watching prance around in women's tights. And that seemed like a perfectly reasonable risk to take, Your Honour. Anyway, for those of you that are like my age or older, do you remember Stars in Their Eyes? Right, yeah, so all the smoke comes out and it's like, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be David Boyle, or whatever. So the bathroom door opens, the steam all comes out, you can't fucking see anything. He steps through, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be a woman. Anyway, he looked exactly like Margaret Thatcher. Oh, God, if I weren't put off before this, he'll made me gip. But, yeah, the wig, the American tan tights, twin set and pearls, lipstick, the works. So we sat down, we had our cups of tea, had a lovely chat. It was like talking to a literal different person. He wondered where the biscuits were. He wanted to offer me a biscuit. And I said, I think you need to complain to reception. What a shit hotel this is. I bought the fucking wrappers in my handbag. Fuck's sake. Anyway, that was the end of that. I thought, no, I can't cope with this. But I have to move on from Match.com and get on Big Birds of Us and meet somebody proper. So, it will be my turn to introduce the next act in a minute. Before I do that, I'll just let you know what happened to the guy that tied me to the headboard. I fucking married him. Hey. I keep cable ties in now. Right. It is my absolute pleasure